morning, everybody. A toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm trying to drink my coffee before it gets cold. It's cold outside. Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. So, exciting day. It's Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. Let's keep up talking about doing things. And let's talk about the power of thinking. I was watching a video the other day from, I think it's Witch Boss. I don't know. I really like her channel. She's entertaining. Anyway, so I'm watching her video. It's great. She was just talking about positive manifestation and about the power of thought and the difference between the two communities, between like the witches and these. I don't know if you've ever seen The Secret. It's kind of like that. It's just power of, the positive affirmation and that energy that you put out, you're getting back, and that there's this kind of like difference between different kinds of magic and how you do it. And I think, well, no, I don't like all the lines. I don't like drawing the lines. I don't like segregating. I don't like using labels to divide us. I think labels should be used to encourage growth and change and make you stronger and better and whatnot, but not used to divide and conquer and like push away. So, bird, a little breeze there. Anyway, so it just got me to thinking a lot over the last couple days about the power of your thought and magic, and bringing those together, and problems that you have in your magic are probably because your brain's not behind you. And it's funny, so I grew up, my mom always used to tell me your brain is a very, very powerful thing. And as a kid, I was like, okay, whatever, your brain's powerful, it's just a brain, like, whatever. And then as I was going to be a nurse, and so I started nursing school. I got probably farther than I should have before I changed. But anyways, so while I was in nursing school, you take a lot of classes about dealing with, patients and people and cultural awareness and just different psychological things. And there's a lot of like how to deal with people. And one of the things that comes up a lot is the placebo effect. And when I first read about this, and, there were some kids in the class who were like, I don't understand, I don't get it. But for me, this made super sense. I was like, well, of course, the placebo effect. If you don't know what that is, the placebo effect is when you tell a patient, here's this little white pill, and it's going to cure you. And they take that pill, and it cures them because their brain tells them that that's what's going to happen. You could give them a sugar pill. And this is such a problem that they have to account for it in research, medical research. They can't just do a study without it. It has to be something that is calculated for and adjusted for and all of those things, because placebo effect is a very, very real thing. One of my favorite articles I was reading about the placebo effect was referring to a man who had cancer. And this new treatment had come out that was supposed to be really helpful or whatever. It was like a new test, and his doctor was doing it. So his doctor was like, here, this is a great new test. All of the research says it's going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work. I really, really believe in it. And the doctor did, and the patient did, and the patient took the pills, and his cancer went away. 100% cancer-free. Now, several years later, come back around, and some results came back from the test study that showed that there were some long-term problems that some people had encountered, and that it didn't actually cure cancer. And so the research team and the doctors had to reach out to all of the people and tell them, these were the results from the study, here's what happened, thank you for participating. Now this man who had been completely cured, 100% cancer-free, goes into the doctor shortly thereafter, like, I got these test results, they say that it doesn't work, please check me for cancer. And his body is riddled again with cancer. Now, it seems unbelievable, and like, when I tell it to you, you're like, that's not really true. I'll have to pull out my textbooks and find the article that we referenced for this. I'll try to. I'm really bad at that, so just pretend I did. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I will try to get it. But Look it up, the placebo effect. You can find lots of different studies on it. But anyway, so what it shows is that when he believed that this pill was curing him, it did. And this is something that's not unique to this one case. This is something that happens over and over and over again. I was talking with a shaman when I was at a festival, and he says, I always carry like a little feather or something, or a clump of hair or some dirt, like something kind of weird in his pocket. And I'm like, well, why do you have that? And he says, well, when I'm doing healing work, sometimes the patient needs to see something in order to believe it. So he'll be doing work with someone, and he'll be doing a healing or a cleansing or a whatever, and they start coughing or whatever, and then he'll catch their cough, and out will come the feather, or out will come something else. And he just keeps like random stuff in his pocket, and his guides will tell him what this person needs to see in order to help them to believe it, to move forward, and to like really achieve that. And it was just this thing like, oh, your brain needs something in order to really believe it. And if you have that thing to believe, then it is going to believe it. And your brain is powerful enough that if it believes it, then that's what's going to happen. I tell my kids all the time, like, we don't need any negative Nancys around here. Let's be positive so that we have positive results. It's just, and in that believing, and in that positivity, and in that moving forward, and doing the right thing, and believing, then it will come true. And whenever people are like, well, I don't have any faith, I can't believe in stuff like that, I always ask them, like, do you drive on the highway? You got a lot of faith in your fellow man to do a good job and drive, but you don't have any faith in the natural energies to appease your belief and bring you that energy. Think about that. Really, you have a lot of faith to be able to go drive on the highway, or even, we send our kids to school. We have a lot of faith that that's going to go well. Just different little things that you have faith in that you don't even realize that that's faith, but you're believing that that's going to be okay. And in believing, it makes it okay. So then you have to have faith that you believing is going to make it happen, and then it's like this amazing circle. And instead of it being one of those cycles where you feel like you're flushing down the toilet again and again, it's one of those cycles where you feel like you're being rewarded over and over and over again, and it is bringing more to you, and amazing. And so when we're doing magic, I guess, so we're going to go in two ways with this. Let's go to the magic first, and we're going to talk about mundane. So in the magic, you really do have to believe it. And not only do you have to believe it, but you actually have to mean it. You see that joke all the time, like, be careful what you wish for, you might actually get it. And that's very true. Because you don't really believe in what you're doing, or you don't have faith that it's going to come through, or you have some kind of doubt or misconception or fear or something that's like a weed festering on your stuff, and it's hindering the roots from going out, which is making it so your spell, your plant can't come up. And the disbelief and the fear and the doubt multiply like a nasty virus that has no stopping, and end up consuming the energy that you've put into the spell, because you didn't believe it, you didn't have faith, you didn't say, I believe this is what's going to happen. When people are like, I did a spell and I don't know if it's working, in that statement, in that thought, in that doubt, you just like stepped on your spell. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to believe. People question all the time. They're like, oh, well, how can a spell you did when you're 12 still be working? One, because I believe that it's still working, and I did the magic, and therefore every time I'm like, yep, that worked, and it's still working, and I am thankful, and I am grateful, and I receive the things that I need. It enforces that spell, it enforces the belief, it sends out that positive energy, I'm getting back what I'm putting in, and just that cycle. So of course that spell is still working. And so when you believe, and you actually put that thought into it, then it will achieve, it will become what you want it to be. and you will succeed. Your magic will always succeed because you believe. Not always. You can't speak in always. I always think of that Garth Brooks song, Unanswered Prayers. Sometimes when you ask for something and you believe in something and you want something and you're like, oh, I need this, I'm going to do this, and I got this, it's still not meant to be for you, and it's just not going to happen. And the gods or the energies or the elements or somebody is going to protect you and stop that from happening, or put you on a path where you're supposed to be. And it might not feel like that, but that's what's happening. And so you gotta accept that. Not 100% of everything is always going to work out exactly the way that you want it to, because there is this grander, higher, we like to, some people call it fate, some people call it destiny, but in reality, you are not in a vacuum. There are hundreds of billions of other people all around you, and their energy is influencing, and everything is kind of weaving together, and so things that they do affect you, whether you think it does or not, and therefore, okay, I almost talked politics. Kind, courteous, respectful, open, honest, good, decent people. That's what we're looking for. Anyways, so in the mundane life, I don't think many people realize how much power their thought and words and what they're putting into it actually achieves it. I hear people all the time like, I hate my job, 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 I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. All that does is grow that hate for your job and that loathing of going to work, and it just makes it worse and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. I have a lot of silly mantras that I feel like are from the 50s that I just tell myself in order to be more productive. One of them's fake it till you make it. I don't know where, that's probably the 90s. Anyway, so, and that's really true. Like, if you tell yourself, I hate going to work every day, then you're just going to keep hating going to work. If you say, I like making money, I like getting out of my house, I like being a productive person, I like being around something at work, there is some reason that you go to work every day. And if it's just for the money, then fine. Tell yourself every day, I like making money. I'm going to work so I can make money. I like making money, and that's why I do this. Bam. It will make your day more productive and positive. You'll feel better. You'll hate your job less. Just innately, it'll slowly. I'm not saying you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, yes, I'm going to McDonald's and fry some cheeseburgers, okay? But at least you won't be like, begrudgingly spending your day like, I freaking hate this job, okay? If you're positive and you think happy thoughts, then that's kind of the energy that you are around. And then this also comes in with your negative self-talk. You hear so many people who are like, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I have these problems, I'm not good enough, it's never enough, I constantly have that voice in the back of my head that's like, this isn't going to be enough, it's not good enough, it's never going to be good enough, you didn't do it enough, almost, but not quite, and then the shoe's going to fall off. And, those are things that I, have to deal with from being a child, and there are some that I had that I've worked through. And it's just like this, process, and I've never met somebody who's like, I don't have any problems of any kind. I imagine even if you were to sit down with like the Gandhi or, these other very important people, they have insecurities, they have self-doubt, they have things that they need to deal with, but they reaffirm to themselves with their faith and their positive thought that, no, this is enough, and no, I can do this, and, I'm voluptuous, and, or whatever, like, whatever it may be, that's what it is. And you have to have that power of thought to tell yourself that, to make that reality. And so when you start having that negative self-talk, that's again like that doubt stepping on your spell. It's doubt stepping on your life, and your brain is very, very powerful, and that it picks up on that, and it's like, oh, okay, this is where we're headed. Here we go, snowball down this hill of self-hate and loathing. And you don't have to do that. You are the only person in control of you and how you feel. And I know that that seems really hard for a lot of people to like absorb and take in. And for me, it started with the mantra of the only thing that I can control is my reaction to a situation. That's it. Nothing else. I can control nothing else. I can influence the energies. I can believe in the energies. I can put my power of thought to it. But I can only control my reaction. And how do I want to react to this situation? Well, I don't want to feel negative. I don't want to feel depressed. I don't want to feel upset. I don't want to feel anger. I don't want to feel those things. And not like I'm going to shut it up in a box and put it away. No, okay, this made me mad. Can I do anything really about it? Not really. Life is life. I can express my feelings and I can tell, I can communicate, I can do what it is to open up a line of conversation, or even if that's just with myself, and I'm like, wow, you made a poor choice, or whatever it is. Here comes a kid. Anyways, that means it's time to wrap up. How long has it been? Oh yeah, it's almost 20 minutes. So, it's freezing out here. Kids are all coming out in their PJs. No. Anyways, so your brain is very, very powerful, and be it in the mundane or in your magic or whatever you're doing, you have the control to be in control of your brain and influence that energy around you. So when you're thinking every day, when you're doing magic and whatever you're doing, put out what you want to get back. I mean, it sounds so much like the rule of three, and I'm not a Wiccan, and I, however, very value the witch's creed and what it establishes in the line of moral code or whatever. I think that it gets taken to this place where it doesn't need to be. When it says you get out what you put, you get out what you put in, and that whole rule of three and whatnot, that's what that's about. If you put in negativity and you say all over this all the time, that's what you're going to get back. If your brain and you are looking for the positive, or looking for the beautiful, or looking for the exciting, then that's what you're going to see. And I'm not saying put on some rose-colored goggles and just see what you want to see, but change your perspective to see reality in a light that is suiting. So, I challenge you to challenge yourself to think positive and to put out that good energy, and to remind yourself that the most powerful thing you have is your mind. The most powerful thing you have. You don't need a wand or a staff or a rock or a crystal or an herb or a whatever. Your mind is the most powerful thing you have, and how you use it is what you're going to get back. So ponder that. Use your mind positively in ways that are going to help you. So yeah, I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh yeah, I noticed that the comments were turned off. It's because I said that the video is safe for children. So really, you just gotta leave the box unattended and not check anything. So I shouldn't have that problem anymore. I really do appreciate everybody who's watching and subscribing and all of that stuff. It's very exciting. And yeah, I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday. And I toast to you and all you do. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Many blessings.